A taste of history, the story of processed food through the ages. Food has always been at the heart of human civilization, evolving dramatically from the simple foraging of ancient grains to the complex, convenience-driven snacks we see today. This journey reflects not just changes in agricultural practices and culinary techniques, but also shifts in cultural norms and societal needs. As we delve into the fascinating history of processed food, we'll explore how ancient civilizations harnessed the power of grains for sustenance and how those foundational practices laid the groundwork for the intricate food systems we have today. From the stone-ground flours of our ancestors to the innovative, ready-to-eat snacks that dominate supermarket shelves, this video will take you on a captivating journey through the ages, highlighting the technological advancements, dietary shifts, and cultural influences that have shaped our relationship with food. Join us as we uncover the rich tapestry of processed food evolution, revealing how our past continues to influence our modern eating habits and food choices. Understanding processed food. In a world where convenience often reigns supreme, the term processed food has become a ubiquitous part of our culinary vocabulary. But what does it truly mean? At its core, processed food refers to any food that has been altered from its natural state through various methods, including canning, freezing, dehydration, or the addition of preservatives. This transformation can enhance shelf life, improve flavor, and simplify meal preparation, making these foods a staple in contemporary diets. The history of processed food dates back thousands of years, rooted in humanity's primal need for survival. Ancient civilizations harnessed preservation techniques, such as drying grains under the sun or fermenting vegetables, not only to prolong the freshness of their harvests, but also to ensure sustenance during harsh seasons. As time progressed, the methods of food processing evolved, driven by technological advancements and the ever-changing demands of society. Today, processed foods encompass a vast spectrum, ranging from minimally processed items like frozen fruits and canned beans to highly processed options, such as sugary cereals and ready-to-eat meals. Understanding this evolution is essential, as it highlights not just the convenience and accessibility of these foods, but also the intricate relationship between our diets and the way food is produced, marketed, and consumed. With increasing awareness about health and nutrition, the dialogue around processed foods has never been more relevant, inviting us to explore their impact on our lives and the planet. The origins of ancient grains. The story of processed food begins long before the advent of modern technologies. It traces back to the very foundations of agriculture and the cultivation of ancient grains. Dating back thousands of years, the origins of these grains, such as wheat, barley, and millet, mark a transformative period in human history. As nomadic tribes transitioned into settled agricultural societies, they began to domesticate various cereal crops, enabling them to form the backbone of diets across civilizations. These ancient grains were not simply staples, they were revered as gifts from the gods, integral to rituals and community gatherings. The labor-intensive process of harvesting and grinding these grains into flour was a communal effort, fostering connections among early societies. The use of rudimentary tools, like stone mortars and pestles, allowed early bakers to create basic forms of bread, unleavened flatbreads that served as both sustenance and a vessel for other foods. As civilizations flourished, so did the art of processing these grains. The Egyptians, for example, refined milling techniques, enabling them to produce finer flour, which subsequently led to the development of leavened bread. This innovation not only enhanced the texture and flavor of bread, but also made it a staple food item for the masses. Meanwhile, in regions like Mesopotamia, barley was brewed into one of the earliest forms of beer, illustrating how processed grains contributed to both daily nourishment and social rituals. Throughout history, ancient grains have been adapted and reinterpreted, paving the way for the intricate spectrum of processed foods we see today. Their nutritional value, resilience, and versatility have kept them relevant, and they remain a cherished part of various cuisines around the world. The journey of these grains is a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability, an evolution that set the stage for the complex food systems we navigate in the modern age. Early methods of food preservation. In the journey from ancient grains to contemporary snacks, one of the crucial milestones is the development of early methods of food preservation. Long before the advent of refrigeration and modern packaging techniques, our ancestors faced the challenge of ensuring their food supplies lasted through the harsh winters and unpredictable seasons. This necessity sparked creativity and ingenuity, leading to various preservation methods that have shaped our culinary landscape. One of the oldest techniques, drying, involved removing moisture from foods to inhibit the growth of spoilage-causing microorganisms. This method was commonly applied to fruits, meats, and grains. Sun-drying sun-kissed fruits like apricots and figs created delectable treats that not only offered nutrition, but also a burst of sweetness, paving the way for the dried snacks we enjoy today. Similarly, drying fish or meat over open fires or in the sun transformed perishable goods into long-lasting sustenance, essential for early human survival. Fermentation also played a pivotal role in food preservation. The process, which employs beneficial bacteria or yeast to convert sugars into alcohol or acids, not only extended the shelf life of food, but also enhanced its flavor. From tangy sauerkraut to savory kimchi, these fermented delicacies added depth to diets and demonstrated how preservation techniques could turn ordinary ingredients into culinary wonders. Salting was another significant method, particularly for preserving meats and fish. The high salt concentration drew moisture out, effectively creating an inhospitable environment for bacteria. This technique not only allowed for long-term storage, but also introduced distinct flavors and textures, leading to beloved products like cured meats and salted fish that are still cherished in various cuisines around the world. The role of fermentation in ancient cultures. Fermentation, a process harnessed by ancient cultures, has played a pivotal role in the evolution of food preservation and flavor enhancement throughout history. This age-old technique, which involves the conversion of sugars into acids, gases, or alcohol by microorganisms, not only contributed to the longevity of food, but also transformed its nutritional profile and taste. In ancient Mesopotamia, for example, fermentation was crucial in the production of beer, a beverage that held both social and religious significance. The Sumerians revered it, often using it in rituals and celebrations, showcasing how fermentation was woven into the fabric of their daily life. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, the fermentation of grains led to the creation of bread, a staple that became a symbol of sustenance and prosperity for the civilization. The benefits of fermentation extended beyond mere preservation. It was a way to enhance digestibility, breaking down complex carbohydrates and proteins into simpler, more accessible forms. Ancient cultures understood the value of this process, as seen in the production of kimchi in Korea, sauerkraut in Germany, and miso in Japan. Each of these foods, rich in probiotics, offered not only flavor, but also vital health benefits, fortifying communities against illness and contributing to overall well-being. As humanity progressed, the art of fermentation evolved, but its foundations remained deeply rooted in ancient practices. Today, modern snacks, many of which incorporate fermented ingredients like yogurt, kefir, and even sourdough, owe their existence to these early innovators. By embracing fermentation, ancient cultures not only preserved their food, but also laid the groundwork for a culinary tradition that continues to thrive, connecting us to our ancestors and enriching our diets with both flavor and health benefits. As we delve into the evolution of processed foods, it becomes clear that fermentation is not merely a relic of the past, it is a timeless technique that continues to influence our modern culinary landscape. The Agricultural Revolution and its impact on food processing. The Agricultural Revolution, which began around 10,000 years ago, marked a pivotal turning point in human history, transforming not only how we cultivated crops, but also how we processed and consumed food. With the domestication of plants and animals, societies transitioned from nomadic hunting and gathering to settled agricultural communities. This shift allowed for the surplus production of food, prompting innovative changes in food processing that would lay the groundwork for the modern food industry we know today. As humans began to cultivate grains such as wheat, barley, and rice, the need for efficient processing methods arose. Early methods of grinding grains using simple tools like mortar and pestle evolved into more sophisticated techniques, such as the use of hand mills and eventually water-powered mills. These advancements not only made it easier to produce flour, but also increased the variety of foods that could be prepared. Bread became a staple, and with it, the rise of baking techniques that varied from culture to culture. Moreover, the agricultural revolution also birthed preservation methods that would ensure food longevity, a necessity for communities with fluctuating harvests. Techniques such as drying, fermenting, and salting became commonplace, allowing people to store surplus food for months, even years. This not only reduced waste, but also led to the creation of new flavors and textures, expanding culinary horizons and fostering trade between different regions. The Industrial Revolution, a turning point for food production. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the late 18th century and continued into the 19th, marked a seismic shift not only in manufacturing, but also in the way food was produced, processed, and consumed. This era of innovation transformed the agricultural landscape, introducing machinery that revolutionized farming practices. No longer reliant solely on manual labor, farmers began to adopt steam-powered tractors and mechanized reapers, significantly increasing crop yields and efficiency. This newfound productivity laid the groundwork for greater food availability, enabling urban populations to flourish. As towns and cities expanded, the demand for accessible, affordable food soared. Enter the food processing industry, which began to rise in response to this growing need. Canning, invented in the early 19th century, allowed perishable goods to be preserved and transported over long distances, making seasonal fruits and vegetables available year-round. The introduction of pasteurization and refrigeration further extended the shelf life of foods, paving the way for an explosion of processed products. With these advancements came the birth of convenience foods. Innovations such as the first packaged breakfast cereals and pre-cooked meals emerged, catering to a rapidly changing lifestyle where time was of the essence. The assembly line technique, popularized by Henry Ford in automobile manufacturing, was adapted for food production, allowing companies to mass-produce snacks and meals at an unprecedented scale. This mechanized approach not only lowered costs, but also standardized food quality, reshaping consumer expectations. The Industrial Revolution also had profound effects on dietary habits. As processed foods became more accessible, traditional cooking methods began to wane, and families increasingly turned to ready-to-eat meals and snacks. This shift not only changed what people ate, but also how they viewed food. Convenience became king. This transformation set the stage for the modern food landscape, where processed foods dominate grocery store aisles, often sparking debates about nutrition, health, and sustainability. In essence, the Industrial Revolution was a catalyst for the evolution of processed food, transforming it from a luxury to a staple in everyday life. It laid the groundwork for the complex food systems we navigate today, intertwining innovation with cultural shifts that continue to influence our eating habits. The rise of convenience foods in the 20th century. The 20th century heralded a monumental shift in the way people approached food, characterized by the meteoric rise of convenience foods. As urbanization surged and lifestyles became increasingly fast-paced, the demand for quick and easily accessible meals transformed the food industry. No longer were families able to dedicate hours to meal preparation. Instead, they sought solutions that fit seamlessly into their bustling routines. The introduction of canned goods during World War I set the stage for this revolution, allowing households to store nutritious foods for longer periods without spoilage. This innovation was just the tip of the iceberg. The post-war era saw the advent of frozen dinners, instant noodles, and pre-packaged snacks, all designed to cater to a society that valued speed and efficiency. With brands like Swanson popularizing frozen meals in the 1950s, dinner time could now be as simple as popping a tray in the oven, a concept that would change family dynamics around the table. Additionally, the rise of processed foods was not just about convenience, it also aligned with the growing consumer culture that emerged in mid-century America. Advertising campaigns touted the benefits of these ready-to-eat options, promising not only time-saving, but also a sense of modernity and sophistication. Snack foods, from potato chips to sugary cereals, proliferated and became staple items in American pantries. However, while convenience foods brought undeniable ease to meal times, they also sparked a conversation around health and nutrition. As the century progressed, more consumers became aware of the potential downsides of processed ingredients, artificial additives, and high levels of sugar and sodium. This awareness set the stage for a new wave of food evolution, one that seeks a balance between convenience and health, paving the way for today's conscious consumer who craves quick yet wholesome options. The 20th century's embrace of convenience foods thus marks a pivotal point in the ongoing narrative of processed food, illustrating the delicate dance between lifestyle demands and nutritional values. The advent of chemical additives, pros and cons. The advent of chemical additives in the food industry marked a significant turning point in the evolution of processed foods, ushering in both remarkable advancements and complex challenges. In the mid-20th century, as the demand for convenience and shelf-stable products surged, food scientists began to explore the potential of synthetic additives to enhance flavors, prolong shelf life, and improve the overall texture of a wide variety of snacks and meals. From emulsifiers that keep oil and water from separating to artificial colors that make foods more visually appealing, these innovations transformed the way we perceive and consume food. On the positive side, Chemical additives have played a crucial role in making food safer and more accessible. Preservatives like sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate have helped to curtail the growth of harmful bacteria, reducing the risk of foodborne illnesses. Additionally, flavor enhancers such as monosodium glutamate, MSG, can elevate a dish's taste profile, making everyday meals more enjoyable for consumers. The ability to produce consistent flavors and textures across large batches has also allowed food manufacturers to provide a uniform experience, which is especially important in an age where consumers crave familiarity. However, the use of chemical additives is not without its drawbacks. Growing concerns about the potential health implications of some synthetic substances have led to widespread debate. Certain additives have been linked to allergic reactions, hyperactivity in children, and other health issues, prompting consumers to demand transparency and cleaner labels. As a result, many people are now more cautious about what they put into their bodies, often opting for products that are free from artificial ingredients or choosing to make their own snacks at home. In light of these pros and cons, the conversation surrounding chemical additives continues to evolve. As consumers become more educated and discerning, food manufacturers are faced with the challenge of balancing the benefits of these additives with the growing desire for natural, wholesome ingredients. The quest for healthier alternatives has led to innovations in food technology, inspiring a wave of reformulations that aim to meet modern dietary preferences, while still delivering the convenience that consumers have come to expect. Ultimately, the impact of chemical additives on processed food is a testament to the ongoing tug-of-war between tradition and innovation in our culinary landscape. The health movement and its influence on food processing. The health movement has profoundly transformed the landscape of food processing, reflecting society's evolving relationship with nutrition and well-being. As awareness of dietary choices has surged over the past few decades, consumers have become increasingly discerning, seeking products that not only satisfy their taste buds, but also support their health goals. This shift has led to a significant re-evaluation of how food is processed and marketed. In the 1970s and 1980s, the introduction of low-fat and fat-free products dominated the processed food market, driven by a growing belief that reducing fat intake was crucial to combating obesity and heart disease. However, as research progressed, this notion began to shift. The rise of the low-carb movement in the early 2000s emphasized the importance of whole grains and healthy fats, leading to a renewed interest in minimally processed foods that retained their nutritional value. Today, the health movement has further evolved, giving rise to trends such as clean eating, plant-based diets, and the demand for transparency in food labeling. Consumers are now drawn to products that boast simple, recognizable ingredients, free from artificial additives and preservatives. This has prompted food manufacturers to innovate and reformulate their offerings, leading to the emergence of snacks made from ancient grains like quinoa, farro, and amaranth, which are lauded for their nutritional benefits. Moreover, the health movement has spotlighted the importance of sustainability and ethical sourcing, pushing food processors to consider not only the health of their consumers, but also the health of the planet. As a result, many brands are adopting eco-friendly practices and promoting their commitment to social responsibility, thereby appealing to health-conscious and environmentally aware consumers alike. The modern snack revolution, trends and innovations. The modern snack revolution is a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of health consciousness, convenience, and innovation. As lifestyles have transformed, so too have our snacking habits, reflecting a shift toward on-the-go consumption that prioritizes both flavor and nutrition. Today's snacks are no longer an afterthought, but a vital part of our dietary landscape, driven by trends that cater to diverse palates and dietary needs. At the forefront of this revolution is the rise of healthier snack options. The increasing awareness of dietary choices has led manufacturers to experiment with ingredients that are not just tasty, but also nutritious. Think protein-packed energy bars, kale chips, and plant-based snacks that appeal to vegans and health enthusiasts alike. These products often boast clean labels, with minimal processing and recognizable ingredients, ensuring that consumers feel good about what they are eating. The innovation doesn't stop at ingredients. Packaging has also evolved to meet the demands of the modern consumer. Single-serve packaging, resealable bags, and eco-friendly materials are becoming the norm, catering to the busy lifestyles of today's snackers. Brands are now focusing on creating convenient and portable snacks that can be enjoyed anywhere, from the office to the gym, without compromising on quality or taste. Moreover, the fusion of global cuisines has opened up a treasure trove of flavors that are enticing consumers to branch out from traditional snacks. From spicy Thai chili peanuts to tangy Indian masala chickpeas, the snack aisle has transformed into a world tour of flavors, appealing to adventurous eaters seeking new taste experiences. Finally, technology plays a pivotal role in this snack evolution. Advanced processing techniques, such as air frying and cold pressing, have enabled brands to create snacks that are both crunchy and healthy, preserving essential nutrients while reducing unhealthy fats. Furthermore, the rise of online shopping has reshaped the way consumers discover and purchase snacks, allowing niche brands to thrive and reach audiences beyond their local markets. The impact of globalization on processed foods. The impact of globalization on processed foods is profound and multifaceted, reshaping not only what we eat but also how we perceive food itself. As borders blur and cultures intermingle, the culinary landscape has transformed into a vibrant tapestry of flavors, ingredients, and techniques from around the world. This evolution is particularly evident in the processed food sector, where traditional recipes have been reimagined and mass-produced to cater to a diverse global palate. One of the most significant changes brought about by globalization is the accessibility of exotic ingredients. Foods once confined to their geographic origins, such as quinoa from the Andes or spices from Southeast Asia, are now staples in supermarkets across the globe. This influx of ingredients has led to the creation of innovative processed snacks that blend flavors and culinary practices, resulting in unique products like spicy mango chips or chocolate-covered matcha bites. Moreover, globalization has facilitated the rise of multinational food corporations that dominate the processed food market. These companies have the resources to standardize production, ensuring consistency and availability regardless of location. However, this has also led to concerns about the homogenization of food culture, where local delicacies and traditional methods risk being overshadowed by mass-produced alternatives. The challenge lies in finding a balance between convenience and authenticity, allowing consumers to enjoy quick snacks while still appreciating the rich heritage of food. Culturally, globalization has fostered an exchange of food ideas that has given rise to fusion cuisine, where culinary boundaries are pushed and new trends emerge. Think of the popularity of sushi burritos or Korean tacos, which reflect a blending of culinary traditions that appeals to adventurous eaters. Processed foods, too, have embraced this trend, with products that cater to varying dietary preferences and cultural tastes, from gluten-free snacks to plant-based alternatives. In addition, globalization has influenced consumer behavior and demand. As people travel and experience different cuisines, they return home with a newfound appreciation for diverse flavors. This insatiable curiosity drives processed food companies to innovate and adapt their offerings, creating products that resonate with a global audience, from spicy salsas to sweet and savory popcorn blends. Sustainability and the future of processed food. As the world grapples with the pressing challenges of climate change and resource depletion, the future of processed food is increasingly intertwined with sustainability. In recent years, there has been a notable shift in consumer preferences toward products that not only satisfy hunger, but also reflect a commitment to environmental stewardship. This evolution is reshaping the landscape of processed food, prompting manufacturers to rethink their practices from sourcing ingredients to packaging. Sustainability in processed food begins with the cultivation of ingredients. Today's companies are investing in regenerative agriculture practices that enhance soil health, reduce water usage, and promote biodiversity. By sourcing from local farms and employing sustainable farming techniques, food producers can minimize their carbon footprints while also supporting regional economies. For instance, ancient grains like quinoa and farro are re-emerging not just for their nutritional benefits, but also for their ability to thrive in less than ideal growing conditions, making them a more sustainable choice compared to conventional crops. Beyond production, the processing stage is also evolving. Innovative technologies are being developed to reduce energy consumption and waste during manufacturing. Companies are increasingly adopting circular economy principles, where byproducts from one process serve as the raw materials for another. This not only minimizes waste, but also creates a more resilient food system. For example, pulses, often used in processed snacks, can be grown with minimal water and enrich the soil, making them a sustainable choice for both consumers and producers alike. Packaging is another critical area where sustainability is making strides. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, there's a growing demand for packaging that is biodegradable, recyclable, or made from renewable resources. Brands that prioritize eco-friendly packaging solutions are not just meeting regulatory requirements, but are also appealing to a market segment that values sustainability as a core principle. As we look to the future, the evolution of processed food will likely hinge on transparency and ethical practices. Consumers are increasingly seeking out brands that clearly communicate their sustainability efforts, from ingredient sourcing to environmental impact. This demand for transparency will push manufacturers to adopt more responsible practices and build trust with their customers. Consumer awareness, navigating labels and ingredients. In today's fast-paced world, where convenience often trumps culinary artistry, consumer awareness has become paramount in navigating the complex landscape of processed foods. As more individuals seek to make informed choices about what they consume, understanding food labels and ingredients is crucial. The journey from ancient grains cultivated by our ancestors to the myriad of modern snacks lining grocery store shelves is a testament to our evolving relationship with food. In the past, food was typically less processed and featured simple ingredient lists. Grains were harvested, milled, and prepared in ways that maintained their nutritional integrity. Fast forward to the present, and we find ourselves faced with a dizzying array of products that boast vibrant packaging, catchy slogans, and complex ingredient lists filled with additives and preservatives. This is where informed consumers must step in. Reading labels has become an essential skill for today's shoppers. Ingredients are often listed in descending order by weight, which means that the first few items can provide insight into what the product is predominantly made of. While some consumers may find comfort in familiar brands, it is those who take the time to scrutinize the labels who can avoid hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives. Furthermore, understanding common food industry jargon is necessary for making healthier choices. Terms like natural, organic, or whole grain can be misleading if not properly understood. For instance, a product labeled as natural may still contain added sugars or preservatives that detract from its health benefits. Balancing convenience and nutrition in today's diet. In the fast-paced world we live in today, the balance between convenience and nutrition has become a delicate dance for many consumers. As lifestyles become increasingly busy, the allure of processed foods, those quick, ready-to-eat meals and snacks, can be hard to resist. However, this shift towards convenience often raises questions about the nutritional value of the food we consume. Historically, the introduction of processed foods was celebrated for its ability to make meal preparation simpler and to extend the shelf life of products. From the rise of canned goods in the 19th century to the frozen meals of the mid-20th century, processed foods have provided an essential solution for families juggling work, school, and social commitments. But as these food options proliferated, so did concerns about their health implications. Today, consumers are becoming more aware of the need for a balanced diet that prioritizes nutrition without sacrificing convenience. This has led to an impressive evolution in the food industry. Many brands are now focusing on creating snacks and meals that not only satisfy our craving for convenience, but also adhere to health-conscious standards. Think protein-packed bars made with wholesome ingredients, frozen dinners that are rich in vegetables, and snacks that are low in sugar, but high in flavor. Moreover, the rise of mobile apps and online grocery shopping has empowered consumers to make informed choices right at their fingertips. With a wealth of information available, shoppers can now read labels, compare nutritional values, and select products that align with their dietary needs and preferences. The challenge lies in finding products that strike the right balance. It's not just about avoiding processed foods altogether, but rather choosing wisely. Opting for minimally processed items, such as whole grain wraps, nut butters, and yogurt with live cultures, can offer both convenience and nutrition. By making these informed choices, consumers can enjoy the ease of modern eating while still prioritizing their health, proving that it is possible to have both convenience and nutrition in today's diet. As we continue to navigate this evolving landscape, the key will be to embrace the innovations that allow us to enjoy the benefits of processed foods while remaining mindful of our health, ultimately leading to a more balanced and satisfying approach to modern eating. Conclusion: the future of food processing and dietary choices. As we stand at the crossroads of culinary evolution, the future of food processing and dietary choices beckons with both promise and challenge. The journey from ancient grains, painstakingly harvested and ground into the first bread, to the array of modern snacks available today reflects not only changes in technology, but also shifts in consumer preferences and health consciousness. In recent years, there has been a noticeable trend towards transparency and sustainability in food processing. Consumers are increasingly aware of the ingredients in their foods, demanding products that are not only tasty, but also nutritious and ethically sourced. This shift is driving innovation in the industry, with companies exploring natural preservatives, plant-based alternatives, and minimally processed options that honor traditional methods while catering to contemporary tastes. Moreover, advancements in technology are paving the way for a new era of food production. From lab-grown meats to functional foods designed to enhance health and well-being, the possibilities seem endless. However, with these innovations come important considerations regarding nutrition, safety, and environmental impact. As we look to the future, it is crucial for consumers to remain informed and engaged, advocating for food choices that align with their values and health goals. Ultimately, the evolution of processed food is a reflection of our changing society. While the convenience of modern snacks continues to appeal to busy lifestyles, it is essential to strike a balance between convenience and nutrition. By embracing a future that values both innovation and health, we can ensure that our dietary choices not only nourish our bodies, but also contribute to a sustainable and equitable food system for generations to come. In this dynamic landscape, the choices we make today will shape the culinary heritage of tomorrow.